In this video, I tackle a piece that just needs a fresh coat of polish. No staining, no filling cracks, just needs a protective top coat. This handmade chess table has rosewood and white cedar and is made of teak. It's given to me by my friend Meenu Khanolkar, who owns an awesome vintage and antique furniture workshop in Bangalore. I am putting her Instagram handle on the screen so you can visit her. I'll give you a detailed tour of her studio some other time, but now back to the chess table. Here is Meenu frowning at me for taking her video along with the chess table. The table itself is in great condition, just that it has been sitting out there in the dust for a very long time. So all it needs is probably a coat of paint and a proper thorough cleaning before that. The best way to find if it needs stain or any other color correction is to first wipe it with a wet rag. When you do that, it raises the grain and you know exactly what you will get once you have polished it. And as I always say, the preparation is all what it really takes and what really matters to get a good quality product in the end. You can see the rich color of teak wood come through as I wipe it with the wet rag. And I actually went through each of the crevices with the end of my nail so that I get all of those dust out from those edges. And removing dust from something is the most enjoyable thing one can do. Once it was all wiped and dry, I'm going to use a 220 grit sandpaper and lightly sand the top. Of course, it does not need any major repair, but it does have a polish on top, and just to rough up a little bit so that the polish that I'm going to apply sticks, I'm just going to lightly sand it with the 220 paper. The wood dust then has to be wiped off with the wet rag, and it is so exciting to watch the grain rise. For the polish, I'm going to use a sheen lac water-based wood polish. I have used a similar water-based polish from another, but I found this one to be a much more cost-effective and a good quality one. This one is a satin finish, which is somewhere in between matte and gloss, and it costs 500 odd for a liter. Always read the instruction when you get any product. This one said use 40 to 50% water to dilute the polish, and it can be applied with a brush or sprayed on. The water has to be potable water, so I added my RO water, and I'm not a measuring girl, I'm more of a eyeballing girl, so that's what I did here. It looked like a very super runny consistency thing, but read the instructions, do as it says, and trust the process, isn't it? Using a clean brush, I started to apply from one end to the other. It's quite a runny consistency and milky white. The instructions did say that the liquid will be milky and it dries clear. So here I am going back and forth in one direction. Water-based products are so much easier to use and handy for home DIYers. It's slightly more expensive than the oil-based ones, but I think it's totally worth the money. This is how my piece looked after giving it the first coat. And after some time, it slowly started to clear up and become clear. And now I can see that it's going to be a nice rich color. And here is after it dried. My husband is a huge chess enthusiast, so this surface is going to be used quite a bit. So for the top, I did a total of 4 coats, and for the pedestal and the stem, I did about 2 coats. In between coats, I waited it for it to dry completely for an hour or so, and after the 4th coat, I let it dry overnight. For the straightforward process that I had to follow, the result is absolutely stunning. The piece looks grand, new, and the satin finish is just the right amount of gloss and matte in it. and as you can see, it's already started to serve its purpose. In the second part of polishing your wood at home, we will see how we can correct color for pieces that have very uneven tone. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one.